Hello Studio 4, welcome to lesson 5.6. Go ahead and complete your name, today's date, circle your team, and then we'll get going with the appetizer. For today's appetizer, you do have kind of two parts to this. One is to solve for this missing variable of y, missing angle of y, and then also to answer the questions below. So first, there's two ways you could solve this first problem, so go ahead and give it a go. Now, I solved it the way where I added up. I noticed that this was a straight angle, so I knew that all three of these angles needed to measure up to 180 degrees. Or you could have solved it where these two had to equal 90 degrees. But no matter what, you should have gotten that y equals 32 degrees. Now for the bottom portion, we know that a right angle measures how many degrees? 90. A straight angle measures 180 degrees. And then I want you to think back to when we did the lesson about the turns. When we made a complete angle, a complete circle, how many degrees was that equal to? 360 degrees. All right, we're going to go ahead and move on and continue our work with creating and determining if fractions are equivalent. Just that reminder, whatever we do to the numerator, we have to do to the denominator, and if we can do that rule to both the numerator and denominator, the fractions are equivalent. If for some reason we do the rule and it is not equal, then it's not equivalent. So for the following 6, we're going to determine if these fractions are equivalent or not. So let's go ahead and figure out what is our rule to get from 2 to 6. Multiply by 3. I'm going to copy and paste that rule because whatever I do to the denominator, the numerator, I do to the denominator. Now let's check. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 3 is not 7. It would be 9. So that means that these fractions are not equivalent. Let's go to 7/10 and 7/20. I wonder if these fractions have the same value. 7 times 1 would get me to 7. 10 times 1 does not equal 20. So this one is also not equivalent. This is really reviewing what we did last week, so why don't you go ahead and try the next 4 on your own. Go ahead and check your work with mine. And let's move on to main dish part 2. For this portion, we're going to have to draw a line to match up the fractions that are on this side and matching them up to the equivalent fraction on this side. So this one's going to take a little bit of guess and check, a little process of elimination. So first I'm going to ask myself, let's see if I can compare and see if 1/4 and 8/10 are equivalent. So I'm asking, how do I get from 1 to 8? Well, I multiply by 8. Copy and paste that rule. 4 times 8 is 32, not 10. So I'm not going to draw a line between 1/4 and 8/10. So now I'm going to work my way down. Okay, what about 1/4 and 4/16? Well, I can multiply 1 times 4, copy and paste that rule. 1 times 4 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. So these fractions are equivalent. So I can draw a line between these two. Go ahead and do the rest on your own, then you'll check with me, and then you're going to be able to do the dessert on your own today, and you are grading it before you turn it in. All right, go ahead and check your answers with mine. And like I said, you're good to move on to your dessert for today.